faction winner. That's supposed to be a whole faction winner. You took her out.
Well, first of all, Marcus, it is Scarlett Bordeaux's birthday. So happy birthday, Scarlett.
Oh, happy birthday. The star of the TikTok Doomsday team of her Carry Cross.
Second of all, this is not the thumbnail.
I thought your temptation was. I thought it was dirt today. I was like, Manny, this is not. This is a different level of clickbait here. She is not even the star of Hit Row Records.
So today's thumbnail.
Oh, it's Hit Row Records, the full group with Black Super Mario and Luigi.
I'm gonna state that they're not doing that pose. The hand sign is for the Manny and Marcus show. Throwing up them M's.
Yes. AJ Francis, now known as Top Dollar.
Top Dollar.
Bars.
You got Ashanti in there.
Yeah, there's Ashanti. Mystical.
And then of course, I've got the wrong notes up. And then of course, the female is called B-Fab.
B-Fab. All right, Manny, if you were to name them after rappers, who are they?
Off the rappers.
Yeah, current past rappers. If you could call each of them a rapper, I got AJ Francis as being Fat Joe.
Yeah. Fat Joe's an easy one. Ashanti is a fake Nelly.
Oh, you can call him Ashanti the entire. I'm thinking you're talking about the lady whose name B-Fab. Who I keep thinking that you're calling her Ashanti as Ashanti.
I don't know what her real name is.
I don't know. We called her Cameo for years, but now she's going by B-Fab, which I hope she steals Carmella's theme song.
Ja Rule is Swerve. And you know what, El Luchador? That was murder.
Murder! Yeah, I have nothing else. I have nothing for Ashanti. maybe a young Nelly. I don't know.
Yeah, he's Nelly.
But
I don't know who this woman is. I'm gonna go as far as go Blue Cantrell. That's how far I can't give her anything.
Wow, you're not gonna give her like
Alicia Keys? No.
No. You can go with Megan Thee Stallion. She's not her, clearly. She's not Nicki Minaj. Maybe Lil' Kim?
Nah. Lil' Kim's a bit.
Nah.
Lil' Kim's a little bit too strong.
There's some white kid that put this poster up on his wall. His parents just shook his head. Music today. Man, that should have been the real cover right there.
Are you sure not this one?
Nah, that's too hairy. That's too much man. That's too manly for the show.
Isn't the show just about two men talking about muscly men?
Oiled up muscly men. Oiled up muscly men, yes. And sometimes we talk about European exotic men.
That's normally on Saturday when we talk about Cesaro.
Manny, you son of a bitch. Oh no, this looks like a man that just conquered another man in many ways, more than one.
Well, he killed a man. He was the man that didn't mind killing him, and he was the man that didn't mind being to die. So we got our answer.
Yeah, man, he does look like he's resting in peace. Like he looked like, oh, the little fella's all tuckered out. He's clearly dead.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey. Oh, check out Marcus here, man. He should. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
There it is.
There it is. They look like
Welcome,
a tag
everyone.
team.
They would never be attacked. Welcome, everyone, to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and I'm joined by...
Hold on. In Cody Rhodes America, they can be a tag team. Because Cody is feeling patriotic, and he's going to have a little black baby where there was segregation, Manny. They could be a tag team. I'm on the grand finale, by the way. Here to stir the pot of racism on another edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Just stirring it up. Let's do some racism. Restaurant ordered. Restaurant issued racism.
Restaurant
quality.
racism.
Yeah. Restaurant quality racism. Being stirred up today on the Untitled show.
So, let's kick off with a little bit of news. AEW news. Ricky Starks is out for 3 months. Broke his neck. Lucky for him, it doesn't require surgery. However, when you say broken neck doesn't require surgery, I'm always a little bit like, he's in a career where he takes bumps. So obviously, if he takes an incorrect bump after those 3 months when he returns, yeah, I don't think that neck's going to heal properly.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor. Get treated. Get rested. Heal up. Save your life. You're a young man in the prime of his life. I don't know how old he is, but you're in the prime of your life. Don't injure yourself and do further damage to that neck. Don't end up like Steve Austin or Mick Foley or, dare I say, one of the Pages.
And then I believe you had an allegedly.
Allegedly! Yes! Breaking news! According to some source of some kind that I don't trust, probably.
Wait, is these one of my sources or is these one of your sources?
I don't know. I honestly don't even know which one is the source. It could be Fightful News, could be Ringside News. For all I know, it's kayfabe news. I don't know. But, allegedly, Tia Trinidad, formerly known as Selena Vega, was seen at the WWE Performance Center filming vignettes for a WWE comeback. Allegedly.
Okay, it's not really allegedly when it's on Wrestling Inc., Ringside News, Metro. Why's the Metro reporting on it?
Who knows?
Comic book, What Culture.
Okay. These are really good sources. But my sources, I got my sources first, all right? All right, I had my deep sources. It wasn't just reading from one of these sites.
You need to stop calling Dave Melting. He'll only hurt you. He's not related to Dave Meltzer.
No.
But Dave Melting, he will burn you. At some point, he will burn you.
I feel like Dave Meltzer goes on a date with a girl. He's like, "Oh, I can't make it." She's like, "You're lying to me, Dave. Just like you're lying to your wrestling community." Oh, shit. You're a liar. You and Mel Kiper, I fell for it before.
Mel Kiper, you can't blame him.
Mel's a liar, too.
Mel Kiper.
Yeah, he's a liar. Those guys can't get dates. They shouldn't get dates. They're liars. They're scoundrels. Guarantee they're cheating on their significant other. And lying about it.
Okay, let's move on to NXT. That happened on Tuesday. It kicked off with Austin Theory versus Karrion Kross. The battle of Theory getting caught staring at titties.
Nails. You're staring at the nails. Where they're fake.
Nails.
Yeah.
So essentially, this was just a squash match for Kross.
You know what? Theory got more offense in than I thought he would. Gargano looked shocked of his boy getting destroyed, though.
So, Finn Balor was standing and waiting behind Kross at the end of the match. States he doesn't want to wait in line. He wants his rematch. And Kross said, "Yeah, I want that match too."
Yeah. That's the kind of match I want. I beat you once. I'll do it again. Yeah. We're in agreement here. Yeah. No conflict in wrestling. No. No, we're gonna be gentlemen about this. I'm not having any conflict. You want it, I want it. Very rare when two people could agree that they want the same thing. Here we are. What'd you think of this cross match, Manny? What's your take on it? That he's still in the bin behind you.
Oh no, I've moved the bin. They're over there. I realized I'd actually need to use the bin as a bin, Can't just have a bin as a prop. The things I do for the show, and none of you watch it.
Yeah, none of you care. None of you care for the bin. The bin was used. Damn it, it's used.
So, yeah, I thought it was okay, but it was designed just for this thing. So it just like unless you're leading somewhere down the line where Johnny's challenging for that title, don't go down this route. It just didn't need to go down this route unless you're leading towards Johnny going for that title at some point.
Yeah, I thought that's where we were leading to. I thought that it was going. He fights Theory, so, and then Johnny interferes in some way, and then next week maybe Cross would interfere in Johnny's business with the Resident Thick Boy comes to the title, and then he's like, I need Mr. Regal, who's Cuckoo Bananas. I need a rematch on you, or I need to fight Cross for that title. And I thought that's where we were going, but no, he just killed Theory.
Yeah. So in the back, Leon begs William Regal to wrestle. Regal refuses to let him wrestle after he begged. He knocks everything off his desk.
Yes.
Which later in the night, Regal tells Johnny not to even think about it when he went to knock off that knuckle duster. so Johnny then breaks the pencil after complaining about having to defend his title against Bronson Reed next week. Just snaps the pencil.
Tell Dave for Little Corner Regal office. Tell Dave. Like, it just got shit. Leon came in there, and then Johnny comes in there, and he wants to knock stuff over. But I did laugh when he was like, hey, convenient enough, Johnny. I'm not in a meeting. My door is left wide open, and you have no reason to interrupt me. And he's like, I'll give you what you want. I gave you what you want. And he's like, well, fuck it.
I even got the production team to make you a headband.
Yes. Like, thank you, Mr. Regal. And it made me laugh because he had everything he wanted. But yet, somehow later tonight, you realize Real Regal had screwed Johnny Gargano by throwing him in a cage.
So we move into tonight's first tag match, only tag match. Was it the only tag match? Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Breezango versus MSK. They went full indie during this match.
They did.
They had dueling super kicks and then a spot with the referee doing a leapfrog. What annoyed me afterwards was the little...
Hold on. That brought me joy. All right? For some reason, Manny, and I will never be able to explain what happened here. But once that spot happened and he did the bounce around, I was like, this is a real match now. This guy is pumped for it, and so am I now.
What did he become? Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, I don't know. But it did create some random excitement of why? But I had the question of why did he do this? Like, didn't he do the drop down first too?
No, he didn't do a drop down. All he did was a leapfrog because he got pushed towards them. And I was like, why? Whose idea was this? Like, Vince McMahon would be furious if this happened on Raw or SmackDown.
I'm assuming the purest of the wrestling community, which I claim to be at times. Only on certain shows, I guess. So my bias do show that I enjoyed the spot, but I don't want it to happen every single time. And
I didn't like that this referee shaved off his beard. It looked weird.
Didn't he become like? I think he's like the head ref now. Now the other guy is off because of his.
Oh no, the other guy was on last week.
But I think he lost his head ref spot, right?
Maybe the Proud Boy ref.
Yeah. So I think this was him announcing, I'm the man now. I'm doing spots and matches. This is why we didn't put you in the first place.
So what did you think of the match, Marcus? I actually liked it. So I'm interested what you thought about it.
I actually really enjoyed it. It was fun. I would tell you this. I hated dual super kicks more than I hated the referee jumping over it.
I didn't hate the referee jumping over. I hated the taunt. I was like,
he was like, "Woo!" I'm ready to go.
I hated that he got himself over on that moment. I was like, no, you should have done that.
No. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm really liking this NXT tag team division, which I didn't think I would ever say in a WWE show.
Yeah. That
I'm liking these tag teams that, whether it's MSK, Legado, Breezango fits nicely in there as like this jobber tag team. Ciampa and Toothless Timmy, and the Grizzly Young Veterans. That's a pretty good tag team division.
Is Maverick and the other guy, Killian Dane, over? I'm guessing it's over.
It seems like it's pretty over. And we also forgot to add Imperium to this. And they were supposed to have a match this week, right? But I think Wolf was hurt or something.
Yeah, they said Wolf was sick or something on commentary.
Which it always seems like the case whenever Wolf needs to have a match. He's either injured or sick or he doesn't show up.
Yeah, they need to get rid of him.
Wolf is injury prone.
So Lucha says he hates him some MSK.
Whoa! I am still not the biggest MSK fan. I don't hate them, but I think they're okay.
Marcus, just at the moment when I feel like I'm gonna start to like them, they do that flip, and then I'm like, nope.
Not today.
Never again.
Scientifically, is there any way I'm going to justify the flip? Because I think Wade Barrett tried to justify the push flip. It's an attack that you can't see coming because your enemy is not in sight. Strategically, that would make sense.
Yeah, but
it's still not the smart.
But realistically, if you've got any form of like, do you know when they talk about like when I don't know the exact word, but do you know when you're by the ropes and you're in a pin and you just subsequently just know the rope is there, so you put your foot on the rope?
Yes.
Ring acumen. That's it. Ring acumen. You should be able to tell if someone is standing next to you about to do a flip. Like you should be able to. You should realistically. I automatically wake up when someone walks into my room when I'm sleeping.
Okay, hold on, Manny. If you accept that as being real, or as fact, is your logic of you can't stand over a guy before you jump on him. 90% of people's movesets are out the window. Like Montez Ford, you should be able to sense when he's going for that frog splash. Or when the rocket tip is at people's elbow, he's literally standing over you. You should be able to sense that he's getting ready to drop the elbow. In that way, you break all wrestling. If everybody goes, this guy's jumping on me, I'm going to move.
I can't see that flip without thinking of Manny. yeah, pure hate. Anytime you see that, it's like a graph on the DL. If you see it, you'll be like, Manny's liking this match, Manny's liking this match, Manny's liking that. There's a flip.
You know that commercial? You know that commercial with, I don't know, maybe it's an American thing, but when the Native American is surrounded, it's an old commercial where he's surrounded by all the trash and people done littered all over America, and it's like, fuck, man, we destroyed a planet, and the little Native American guy just,
the one tier.
We had the one tier. I imagine you every time you see that of what happened to the wrestling business. Like, oh, why is this a move?
So we move into Pete Dunne's open challenge, which was answered by Leon Ruff after he states he is the toughest matchup because he is the baddest man on NXT.
It's a good moniker. I enjoy someone finally taking up the mantle of being the baddest man in NXT. I like that he put himself in a category, not all of WWE, not all of wrestling.
Well, all the women seem to be doing it by calling himself the baddest bitch.
Yeah. He didn't want to go that route. He was like, it doesn't work the same when a man say, I'm a bad bitch.
Well, Sonny Kiss good. Sonny Kiss good.
Yeah, probably get away with it.
Where he got cut down by thing on Dark. I saw the clip of it.
Oh really? Oh yeah, on Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know why. Why did we see that clip? I don't even remember why we saw that clip.
I was on the mid-card mess. I started to enjoy the Acclaimed on
you don't
AEW.
Enjoy the hold on.
I enjoy the entrance. I don't enjoy anything else.
Yes, you enjoy Matt Caster's his raps, his bars, or whatever, his verses. But you don't really care about the Acclaim. You don't care about Bowens.
No one cares about Bowens. Bowens is essentially Billy Gunn, Black Billy Gunn that's been shrunk in the wash.
You can call him that. You can call him Billy Gunn. But I'm going to call him something else that's more current. He's the Angelo Dawkins.
He is not Angelo Dawkins.
He is Angelo Dawkins of the group.
No, he is not Angelo
Clearly see
Dawkins.
he's Janetti. You can clearly see he's Janetti, and he's on verge of being the first black
No,
Janetti.
no,
If
no,
it
no, no,
happened
Marcus.
before Dawkins.
No, Marcus. I'll give you who he could be.
Oh.
He's not big, so little Kaz. He's not big Kaz, but he may be little Kaz.
Oh, what? I don't know. That be so.
Look at what he says when he's on the mic after that entrance.
He doesn't say
After all,
teach that.
no, after all this, imagine after all the stick Enzo did, all he came up was, I can't even remember what he used to do.
Bada bing with a rules got no.
No, that was what Enzo said.
And I'm 7 feet tall. Nope, Enzo.
No, that's Big Kaz, and he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that.
Damn, what did Kaz say?
He
Not
did
down with that. I got 2 words for you.
he did the lead up to the soft. That's all he did.
Oh, he just did soft. SAWFT soft. That's all he did. Yeah.
That's all he did.
Yeah, he's more Billy Gunn than Bowen. Bowen just does this.
Yeah, but Bowens gets on the mic afterwards. But let's get back into.
He goes like Atlanta, Georgia. We're in Jacksonville. We've been in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia. What's up? Somebody else is giving too.
So obviously, we're back to Pete Dunne versus Leon Ruff. This match had no right to be as good as it was. No right.
Well, the thing is, Leon Ruff is extremely talented, and Pete Dunne is as well. But they told the story of the beating up Leon Ruff, and that he just got his ass whooped even more by Pete Dunne. But it was compelling TV.
The dive into the forearm was incredible.
Yes.
I was like, oh, he's dead. He is dead.
Oh, go ahead.
I think that's the freeze frame you take of Leon Ruff just getting the elbow in the face while he's in midair and scratch. You must be wondering how I got here.
But that's literally every Leon's match since he's debuted in WWE. He might be the best bump taker or seller in the game. Considering that when he gets hit, it looks like he gets knocked the fuck out. Whether it's Aleister Black, Pete Dunne, or running into Swerve Scott's knee, they all look great.
I'm gonna ask you a question about Leon Ruff. All the screaming in the ring. You a fan of it?
Don't hate it. I don't. I figured that it's one of those things that I don't know. I don't hate it.
I think it's dangerously getting close to screaming Norman Smiley.
Wow. All right, on the scale of women tennis. Nice. And Manny, Coke moment of the day.
It only took me 20 minutes to do it.
Manny, if you're going to do this, you have to gimmick it. Whatever is a real point you got to make. That's McDonald's theme. I don't know. But yeah, I'm okay with the screaming. But I'm not even annoyed by the women screaming and going.
It's not the women screaming. I'm talking about. I'm talking about
tennis. I'm talking about tennis.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by it.
About the groans. I'm a fan of actually hearing wrestlers in the ring and agonizing pain. I'm okay.
Oh wait. Are you talking about you're a fan of it? Do you not remember when we talked about that $1 Million Man match when there was no commentary and just him huffing and puffing on that Bret Hart DVD?
Yeah, but that still it just made me laugh. I wasn't a fan of him literally looking like a sweating gerbil who was completely out of breath, choking a man. But it was what it was. To me, I enjoyed the
Who gets thrown around more, Ruff or Stunt? I think it's Ruff recently because Stunt you don't tend to see Stunt that much anymore.
I don't like Stunt. Ruff, I feel like when he gets thrown around, it seems like it looks like it hurts like hell. And it looks nice. It looks like it hurts like hell at the same time.
Yeah.
If I were to compare Leon Ruff with somebody who had taken bumps that look dangerous and look like they hurt like hell, he might be a Black Darby Allin.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Yeah,
that's a good show.
because they get thrown around a lot.
So we get into the women's title match between Mercedes Martinez versus Raquel Gonzalez. I enjoyed the match, but I still feel like it was very sloppy and it slowed down too much in places, which I feel took away from the match. But how did you feel about it?
I agree with the sloppiness. It was really sloppy, and I feel like there was just like stuff missing. I thought it was the right tempo because I think they were going for like a heavyweight title fight in which it was more about like hitting each other with power moves and throwing each other into stuff. But it was solid. It wasn't anything that blew my mind away. I'm just still waiting for Dakota to hit. Get the back with a chair.
Is this the closest thing we're ever going to get to a women's match, which is basically Kane versus Big Show? I think this might be the closest thing we're ever going to get where it's two big women, two tall women.
What do you mean? Nia Jackson, Tamina.
No, you will never.
That's my Kane and Big Show. That's my Kane and Big Show.
No, that's Roman versus some other Joe.
You're not related to The Rock? No.
Oh no. So the part we were all talking about, obviously, it was Swerve. So Swerve appears on the ramp, says, things are about to get real spooky in NXT. I was like, Swerve, just when I was starting to like you, and you pull some shit like this.
No, spooky? Spooky? I ain't watching no Scooby-Doo. Oh no, this does look like the Mystery Machine game. What they call themselves? If they were. And there's little Scrappy down there at the bottom. Scooby is.
Oh, he does look like Scrappy Doo. If you were to say someone was Scrappy Doo, it would be him out of these four.
Yes, live action Scrappy Doo. Fucking power.
So they've come out. I don't know what you want to call them. An entourage? Or is it a faction?
They called themselves a faction.
Did they?
Yeah.
They're called Hit Row.
Hit Row Records.
I like that they brought out a chair for Swerve, making him look like an utter boss.
Yes.
Swerve said his biggest mistake in NXT was trying to be something that people wanted him to be, but that's not him. Swerve is a savage, disrespectful, and a dangerous man.
It's always scary. I never believe a person that says all that. I'm a savage. I'm a dangerous man. I'm disrespectful. I'm pretty sure you said yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And eat your food with utensils.
AJ Francis, a.k.a. the nicest man on A&E, a.k.a. Top Dollar. From the NFL to A&E to XXL Magazine to NXT. He makes Top Dollar everywhere. Who hotter than Top Dollar? Not Nutter. Okay. I wrote all of that and I felt against myself for writing it.
Oh, you wrote that? I thought that's what he said.
That's what he said, but like when I was typing, I was like, why am I typing this?
I'm literally typing baby talk.
I was like, I have a university degree. Why am I typing like this?
So with the names B-Fab, Swerve Scott, Ashanti the Adonis, who didn't get a name change, and AJ Francis now known as Top Dollar. Do you compare these names to T-Bar, Mace, and Reckoning?
No, because what they've gone here is gone stereotype. They've gone to full stereotype of this, and I don't mind it.
I feel like they have creative control, and that's why I'm not as fit. This isn't one of those when I was like, they told you to blacken it up a little bit more.
But this is kind of what I was hoping the Hurt business would have evolved. Not in terms of like music and all that stuff, but like have the woman in the group and then let them try and dominate the scene. But obviously they went in a different direction in the Hurt business.
Yeah, a direction that no one to this day will ever be able to explain. I'm waiting for the dark side of the ring. It's just about the breakup of the Hurt business.
Okay, I want to ask this a question.
Why the hell did this happen?
If this is a hit, if this is an actual hit,
They are a hit. It hit Row Records.
if they become big out of this, obviously we know who's safe at this moment in time. We know Swerve is safe.
I would say AJ Francis might be safe too.
Because of his size, yeah, and because he's the nicest man on A&E.
And he's on A&E.
He's the nicest man on A&E. I think I haven't seen B-Fab wrestle. I think she might not be safe in terms of when cuts are coming and they essentially have to break this group apart. She may not be safe, and I don't think Ashanti the Adonis is safe.
I think he's safe. I feel like for Ashanti the Adonis, they've been looking for something for him to do for the longest time, considering that he's always a regular on 205 Live. He shows up on random shows here and there. And I think that he might be safe. In fact, of all the people in the group, he might be the best in the ring. Other than Swerve. He might be the best in the ring of the group. He might be.
I don't know, man. We might have another case of an Omos with AJ Francis.
AJ Francis looks like a black one-man gang.
Yeah, and I'm all for it. Yeah. I still think Ashanti the Adonis in this group should still be Tahuti Miles. It would work way more better being Tahuti Miles. It's a better name for this, especially for this group. You could just call him Tahuti. Yeah, you wouldn't even have to throw in the Miles.
Yeah. He can add the Miles in a rap.
Oh look, it's Top Dollar and it's Top Dollar and Tahuti. Oh shit, it's Top Dollar and Tahuti.
Yeah. So I would say, you know how we were talking about we don't know what to call them, a clique, a gang, a posse, a faction, a stable, a group, you know.
What did I call them last week? I called him a gang and you called me a racist.
Yeah. And I'll do it again. Wherever his gang. Why can't he just have friends, Manny? Now we know they're a gang, okay? They announced that they're a gang and they're affiliated. I think we both sound
like Fox News.
Yeah. They are now a gang, and you should be worried. You should be worried. I think they should be known as a label.
Yeah.
Instead of as a record label, they're basically a record label. And
the label.
They're a label.
Just call them the label. That sounds cool because it's in context. The label.
Yeah. We just printed money for them. Too bad no one's listening. if they at one point call themselves a label, Manny, I'm getting a lawyer and I'm going straight to the mayor. And I know the mayor has nothing to do with this. But
Marcus, you might not want to do that because the only record we have of this is of this, and they're going to say we've used all these copyrighted images, and then we're going to get screwed.
I'm like, all right, I'll back up.
It's like, do you know when you throw that red challenge flag in an NFL in an American football game? You know how everything is now available to be challenged when you throw that flag. So I'm not sure we should.
Yeah, I shouldn't be throwing stones or at people when I live in a glass house. As people say. I think this fashion can be made better. I know we spend a lot of time on this, but
it's the best. We should spend a lot of time because it's the best thing on NXT this week.
Arguably, you might be right. I enjoyed the 2 out of 3 Falls match.
I didn't.
Dang. Well, you hate those matches.
Yeah, I hate the match. I hate the match concept. It's not that I hated the 2 that were in it. The ring, fine. I just hate the concept of the match.
Yeah. So, but there's only one way to make this group better, Manny.
Manager,
Bivens.
Yes.
The only way it could get better.
No, do you know why? Why?
He looks like the perfect person for this group.
Do you know the only problem if you pair Bivens with it?
What's that?
Swerve doesn't get to talk. Well, he could still talk, but I feel like Bivens should only do the talking for the other 3. Swerve should do his own talking. I feel like
JJ Dillon was with the Horsemen and Ric Flair still got to talk. I think it could be a balance.
Wait, it's too early to call them the Four Horsemen.
I didn't call them the Four.
You just compared them to the Horsemen.
No, I compared them to the situation that a manager within the group. I'm not comparing them to the Four Horsemen. We had a Black Four Horsemen. It lasted 2 weeks until Vince McMahon said, "No, we cannot have a Black Four Horsemen anymore. I am taking that away from you." How you like that? No, you want a black champion? Yeah, you lose your Four Horsemen. Fuck you, Vince. Fuck you.
So yeah, Bivens would be great for this.
Mm-hmm. Since Ender Share is gone. And one of them is done Shanky.
And what was his name? Something Rust. Tyler Rust?
Yeah.
He's been missing in action for a good while.
Yep. So much so that I forgot he was missing.
Unless he's stinking up on 205, but I don't watch that.
Probably.
So we get to a bidding war between Cameron Grimes and what's later to be revealed, the $1 Million Man, who outbids him by like $10 million for a house, which I feel like they both could have got for 10.
I don't feel like the house that they're paying California prices for these houses, and I don't think you should be doing that in fucking Florida. No, everything they did here, no. But where are they going with this? There has to be an end game.
I think, obviously, $1 Million Man keeps saying everyone's got a price. I think $1 Million Man is going to pay someone off to wrestle Grimes.
Who would be your guy? Returning Ridge Holland. I don't know how bad he's.
That big.
I think he's dead though.
From last I saw, I don't think he's in any form. Like I think I saw it like 2 weeks ago. His leg's still in the cast.
It's bad. I don't expect him back for another year and a half.
I'm hoping if that Parker Bordeaux kid, the next Brock Lesnar, I'd pay him.
Ooh.
But I still think he's part of that MMA thing.
The Diamond Gate? I forget what
it's called already. The Diamond Mine. Diamond Mine,
yeah. So interesting.
But I'm sorry, I love these segments. Damn you, Ted DiBiase!
No one ain't never said Ted DiBiase the way he says Ted DiBiase. It's just
no one says words quite like him.
No. It hits you right here each time.
So we get Zoe Starks as Toni Storm started talking instead of performing. Tony doesn't like her, not because Zoe beat her in a match, but because she is hungry in this business and she lives in a gym and calls herself a wrestling machine. So first of all, she fat shamed Toni Storm, and then stealing Kurt Angle's gimmick, TNA gimmick.
Shit, I know I heard that before, and I couldn't put where it was at. You're right, the wrestling machine, the cyborg, Kurt Angle, because he was injured and perked up half the time. Imagine a cyborg on Percocets. That's what you got.
Roman could take his family to the next level if he copped a Death Row pendant. I could see him being down with Suge Knight. Nah, I feel like Roman would find some ill with him.
If Roman were to do anything Death Row Records related, and I know I would want him to have some rock raw dogs and scare somebody in the corner, like in the movie NWA. I want him to just have a bunch of rock rollers and mean ass looking menacing dogs in his room, similar to the way Wesley Snipes in New Jack City. Manny, have you seen New Jack City?
No.
Damn it. That reference goes over your head. Well, anyway, Wesley Snipes' shit went bad at his drug house known as the Carter. He has a meeting with all his top agents, and they're all dressed in black, and he's walking around the room, and he has his Rottweiler dogs with him, and he's just ripping them up. And he's sitting at the head of the table. If you can YouTube that scene, you'll understand why that would be a great Roman scene to do with all his guys, with Paul and Us. And maybe another Us and Naomi.
Roman would be a Crip, not Blood?
No, he's a Blood. Considering, I know his family history. Considering that Yokozuna went to my high school, definitely a Blood. Definitely a Blood.
So we get Oney Lorcan versus Kyle O'Reilly. This match started off earlier in the day in the parking lot where they settled things. The match was good. Bobby Fish returns to help save Kyle. Kyle says thanks, but I'm kind of doing my own thing right now. And then Bobby says he's got his own scores to settle, and he'll see him when he sees him. I was hoping he says I've got my own fish to fry, but no, I didn't get that.
Bobby Fish don't fry fish, all right? Do they plan on doing anything with Roderick Strong? Do you think he's a part of this diamond mine, Roderick Strong?
Well, thinking now that you just said that, I don't think he is, but maybe his wife and the woman's Jessamine Duke might be part
Maria
of that.
Shafir and Jessamine Duke.
Yeah,
maybe.
But for all the video packages, it seemed like it was leading up to just two being men in this.
Yeah, one could be Ruas. We haven't seen him in a while. Or was he fired?
No, he's still there.
Cool. I think someone they need to use more of because I really like his work.
He got injured recently, didn't he? I'm not sure if he's back yet.
I think he was injured in the underground.
Yeah, I think he was. No, he was injured in a match against Kushida.
No.
On NXT.
Kushida?
So Santos Escobar versus Kushida. 2 out of 3 falls. This is why I don't like it, Marcus. So the first fall happened. Escobar scores the first fall with a V trigger followed by a Phantom Driver. And then immediately after the second fall happened, but Kushida hits the armbar. This is why I didn't like it. I don't like these matches because you always got to make it a 2 out of 3 falls. I have problems with this even with the rounds matches in NXT UK because it's basically the same thing.
Yes. It is frustrating. But you don't want a clean sweep. I would rather for them just to do an Iron Man match. Just do it. That way it's only one, the other person may gotta get 2 falls later or something. Don't do that. 2 or 3 falls. I like that it took some time though to get that first fall. It wasn't right away. Because normally when they do this match, it's like 2 minutes in.
Oh,
like,
Marcus, there was a roll up and I was
oh!
there was a roll up and I thought, oh no.
I was like, that's fall 1. That's fall 1. No.
Not like this.
No, please don't. But I thought it was a really good match, and this might be the most relevant the Cruiserweight title has ever been. This might be the peak.
Does Kushida appear on 205 Live?
Why would he? No.
But like the show is about cruiserweights and he's the cruiserweight champion.
I don't care. Main event is about main event, but you won't see Uso on there.
Which one? There's 2 Usos now.
Jay, main event Uso.
And then the ungrateful Uso.
Yeah, and ungrateful Uso, who don't understand, who needs to acknowledge the tribal chief, the head of the table. Acknowledge me.
You ungrateful
Uso. Favorite line ever.
Just remember who puts food on the table, Jimmy.
I do. I'm a grown man with my own job. Shut up.
You and Naomi won't have a job if it was up to me.
But again, for that group, and I noticed it the SmackDown show, I need this MLW group to go through so they can work with Jacob Fatu. He fits so well with this Roman thing. He'd be the perfect goon.
Well, Marcus, we do have to say as many SmackDown things as possible because nobody watches the show otherwise.
Yeah. Rough week for the SmackDown show. Rough week for any show that isn't Untitled Manny and Marcus.
I don't even understand how the Raw show made 100 because we didn't even care about that show this week.
No.
I didn't make notes. No one was in the comments. You guys need to turn up on Tuesday to keep us alive.
No.
Or we're cancelling it. If you don't show up on Tuesdays, we're going to start cancelling it. It's your fault. You people, it is your fault if the Tuesday show gets cancelled.
You were like,
But either way, we're like,
7 people that actually watch and listen over the 87 bots. Actually go. May tune into this. Alright.
So let's get into AEW. So John Moxley, AEW kicks off with John Moxley versus Yugi Nagata? For the IWGP US title. Moxley.
Manny, hold on. This is Manny reading about Japanese wrestling. Let me grab my glasses here. He fought a Yuji Nagata.
Well, I have trouble pronouncing.
Allegedly.
Eric has problems saying words and people's names. I have problems saying foreign names because I don't want to offend people.
Manny, my name is a foreign name, and so is Eric's. Technically. You're just saying Japanese and Asian names. Hold on. Yuji Nagata. Apparently, he's from Japan. And he's been wrestling for many years now. He's 53 years old.
Marcus, the most racist thing I could have went is apparently he's from Japan. Konnichiwa. I'm an arsehole. So Moxley comes out to Wild Thing. Is this the first time it's come out to that?
This is the first time he's come out to the Wild Thing. And can I state, I'm okay with him coming out to Wild Thing, but it's the wrong damn version of Wild Thing. I like the female sung Wild Thing version, the one they play in Major League.
Well,
this
Marcus,
one reminds me of the Geico commercials.
He can't come out to that. Do you know why? Because we have adapted that song to Eric.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, take. Dun, 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 dun.
Say some wild shit.
You make my keyboard break.
You say Great Khali is everything.
Wild take. You're full of hate.
Hate them.
I really enjoyed this match, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. This is probably there's no reason to be as good as it was. It starts off with them warming up in the background. I'm like, yes, this is happening.
It looked like everything was going to be great, and then I was like, oh wait, he's wrestling an old man.
Yes.
He should have struggled nearly as much against this guy. He's got the youth with him.
Hey, well, the smoking, the drinking, and all the barbed wire death matches have finally paid its toll that Mox is struggling with in the senior division. Oh, I don't know. This match just worked on every level. Whether they were coming out, it is a song from Major League El Luchador. It just was the other one. It's the older one. It is. Yes. Japanese wrestler Anita for the death match. It is stolen.
They couldn't get Ishii.
Nah, they don't want it. Mox don't want that. He's struggling with a 53-year-old man. Ishii, the stone-faced pitbull, would have eaten Mox alive in the middle of the ring. But I do want to say, this is how you carry another brand's title. The way Mox came out there and he fought Yuji Nagata, it felt special as Kenny's Impact title or AAA Mega Championship has never felt as good as this.
Do you know what? I feel like the AAA title is probably the worst title he's holding because that gets no mention. Like he's had that title since his
belt.
He's had that title since the beginning of AEW.
Yeah, but I believe that's a meaningless belt in AAA. I believe Jeff Jarrett has held that belt. It's a meaningless belt. It's like held the 24/7 title.
Yes, but Jeff Jarrett has also held the Impact title and TNA title.
Oh, and NWA title. Jeff Jarrett, Hall of Fame 2022. Oh wait, I think he's already in, huh?
He's already in.
Whoops. But yeah, it's a great match. I don't even know why I enjoyed this so much. They didn't really do anything outstanding or super athletic. It just looked like two guys fighting for a title, and Mox struggled way too much. As a man
struggled
was
too much.
Wrestled in his 70s. But it was still good. You know, I was okay with the struggle. The struggle was real when you fight a 53-year-old man.
So, and then we move into Marvez interview in the Inner Circle. Ortiz said they were winning the match, but they got. And then says MJF showed his true colors by throwing Jericho off the cage. And then Santana arrested and detained because he got stabbed with a fork. It says Matt is lucky. He didn't scoop out that eye and eat it. That's a bitch move, Matt.
Yeah.
So long story short, this isn't over.
No, but you know, and here's my problem with AEW. I don't saying they did anything wrong here. I enjoyed the promos, mostly from Ortiz. You know, the whole fact that Santana went to jail.
I don't know why they just say. I don't know why they didn't just say the real reason why Santana was not there.
I'm okay with the bitch move of Max calling the police. I'm okay with that, Manny. I'll live with that. But you know what I want? If this was the WWE, and yes, I know you guys glad it's not WWE or whatever, but it would have been a nice dramatic video package before you go into this interview about what happened at Blood Guts, and you know, savoring that moment of like, this was hell. Because the match was hell for a lot of the competitors. Showing pictures of like their bruises and beaten up. But it just seemed like everybody was like, that was last week. I bounced back. Like, no, you fought in a glorified death match last week. But everybody was back this week. And no one seemed to be hurt.
Okay, let's just move into the Pinnacle celebration. And then we'll move into the rest of AEW. MJF comes out, claims to be the GOAT, the new demo god, the king of AEW as he wears a crown. He asked the people if they want.
King Corbin is rolling over in his grave.
Yeah, he asks the people if they want to see a rematch. But he says his answer is no. Tully says, "I always listen when Tully speaks."
Okay, I want to hear what you say because I didn't even go back and rewatch this because Eric called me in the middle of this and said what Tully said, and I was like, "Did he really say this?" All right, go ahead.
So I think I shortened it. They said Tully says they took everything the inner circle they had, but they surrendered, they quit. Tully bought them all fancy watches, and they are on top of the world looking down on everyone.
Okay. So
which speaks more volumes how we said that their picture last week looked like white power.
So Eric said, and this is Eric, he said, Tully Blanchard. And he was like, did you pay attention to what Tully said? And I was like, no, I was like, it's the ramblings of an old man. He's happy they won. That's what I got from that. It was like, listen to every word because he was just saying the obvious. He was like, when you're the pinnacle, it means you're on top of the mountain. And he's like, that was a fact. He was like, when I bought you this watch, you would know that one thing. And one thing, Tully Blanchard bought you that watch. You know, he was like, wait, you just said that twice. And Aaron, like, he just kept saying things and saying it as it meant. He was like, if you're wearing a suit, that means, and you're in the ring right now, you're a member of the Pinnacle. I was like, Tully made no sense whatsoever, and I never went back and paid attention.
And then Sammy, Hager, and Ortiz, with a returning Jericho, ask for a rematch, which he then says no, and then they spray the Pinnacle with a little bit of the bubbly, or a lot of bit of the bubbly.
Yes, a lot of the bubbly.
And then MJF then challenges them to a Stadium Stampede match and states if they lose, the Inner Circle will have to break up forever.
Okay. So I have a lot to
before you do anything, I see there's a lot of chat about this. I will bring this up after Marcus's speech spoken.
Okay. I have a speech, guys. So, number one, I already brought up that they just bounced back from last week's brutal match. And I wish that the Inner Circle were not on TV this week. And I know they got a pay-per-view to sell, but I wish they would sell their injuries more than selling this pay-per-view. That match was hell. Okay? It was a match that I believe virtually I think most people enjoyed. And I just wish they sold it. Jericho should be dead. Yeah, he didn't fall the way that people thought he would fall. But they showed better camera angles where it looked like he could have died. Okay? I'm just saying he shouldn't have been on TV this week while only a cast saw it and talked about I'm going to wrestle in 2 weeks. You died. You died in that match. It was life or death. So what you're telling me in that match, Sammy didn't have to surrender. You could have pushed him and we could have continued that match because it wasn't a life or death. Second, they did the Steve Austin / the Milkamania, the Beer Mania spot, basically. And I feel like this is the second or third time they've done this in AEW.
It doesn't seem like it had the same effect though.
No, it didn't because it didn't fit. I don't know. And third, why would MJF still give him the match because of this? We already won in War Games. Why give you not only a match that you choose, a match that you lost, they lost it. But I don't know. I just feel like it was all rushed. maybe if they went to the back later and MJF could collect his thoughts and say, all right, you want to match with us? Then we'd disband, but not right on the spot. It seemed like he was ready to do that match anyway. Like, who comes up with a match? Like, I'm being sprayed with champagne. The last thing I'm thinking about is, all right, this Stadium Stampede that they did last year, and we're gonna rematch it up. After I told them no, I would have rather for them to take more time with that and then not just do it right away, because it seemed like we need to rush and get together with this Double or Nothing card as soon as possible. And I don't know how the Stadium Stampede is gonna work with a live audience. They're gonna pack the arena. They're gonna film another match, and I gotta look at the monitor. I don't want to see that shit. I can do that at home. Yeah,
and then obviously, so Levi's spot on with this. I defend AEW a lot, but I think there's some issues starting to show its face. They really need to slow down their angles to make them special. Yeah, they really do. Everything's sped up. I don't think, especially the way they do their rankings, a lot of the time you will only see one or two matches. Then it's kind of a blow off, and then you expect them to pick it up further down the line. It's only this and probably Cody's stuff that go on for a longer period of time.
No, Cody's goes on for like 2 weeks. It seems like now it's getting shorter.
Kenny and Mox is going on for a while. Kenny, Mox, and the Elite that's been going on for a couple of weeks. But like they don't they don't tend to have like storylines like that.
Yeah, but what Levi, what I want to talk about with them slowing stuff down, and I just mean in an episode of Dynamite, not even just in shows. I feel like they just want to move on to the next thing. Just let stuff simmer. Let's just soak in. Like, the Inner Circle should have been out for a little bit. Or, earlier in the night, and I know we jumped ahead, the tag team match, I should be able to breathe into the moment. Yes, I do not care about this SCU breakup as much as most people, but it should have been an emotional moment in which they embrace, they shed a tear or something, they break up, and you have that moment of like, damn, they really have this baby. You feel that they broke up a friendship.
That was done during commercial break.
Yeah, they lost the match. Hold on, something's happening in the back. Nothing's really happening. Eddie Kingston and Mox destroys the Young Bucks praying circle in the locker room. And then I'm like, that wasn't what I need to see right now. I need to see Kazarian and Daniels, whatever, hash it out one last time. A hug, a handshake, don't come back to me and say during the commercial break. Because during the commercial break, you just told me this isn't important because you cut away to watch Moxley and Eddie Kingston just walk around, basically.
So the Inner Circle was demolished last week. They needed to be off screen for a minute. Same with Cody.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get on to Cody in a minute. There's
a few things.
I struggle with quick pacing of the show in general, and the angles move too quickly. I keep waiting for Tully to say some racist shit.
One day he's gonna cut that Cody promo.
No. His daughter's doing that one for him now. Once, as they say, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Who's gonna get canceled first, Tully or Tessa? Because Tessa, I think, is canceled, but it's on the way of making that reboot. Oh, she's on her Mel Gibson ride right now. It's like, she's coming back. She's coming back slowly. You see her sprinkling into random movies here and there.
So his question is, how does this feud end? A mega deathmatch. Well, this is what this is. The Stadium Stampede. They have to break up. They honestly have to break up.
But yeah, I really hope the Inner Circle don't win the Stadium Stampede, because what is the blow-off match? Because literally, War Games is a death match. The match they built around was hell. They went through hell. That was the blow-off match. The Inner Circle should have been done, or they should have been like, we don't mess with Pinnacle no more, or we'll come back to this later, or something like that. That was the blow-off match. Stadium Stampede is a lighthearted comedy match. From basically what I lost last year. People riding the horses, Matt Hardy jumping into ice take, changing his outfits and shit, and drowning. It was a comedy match. Hangman Page and Shaq Swagger drinking together. It was a comedy match. This was a death match to end the feud. They need to do this in reverse of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get into the thing I hated the most about this show.
Really? I thought this would be the... Oh, no. this was the thing I hated the most in the show, though. The return to the inner circle this week.
So we all know I hate the fans, not just AEW fans, fans in general.
Just in general, not
I
even
hate
a
people.
particular person.
Just
Not
hate
even
people.
particular.
I hate people.
But love gatherers. But love gatherings. So no, it's a clinch
So we get this whole. It got promoted at the start of the show. Cody's got an announcement.
Those always go great.
So he immediately switched off. I immediately switched off the moment a USA chant broke out because I did not care anymore for the segment. I find this chant stupid because this is the only time in wrestling it happens. I don't watch Mexican wrestling and see a Mexico chant or whatever their variation of that might be.
Mexico. Yeah, you can actually. Really, I might.
I don't watch English wrestling and get an England chant. I don't watch Japanese wrestling and get Japanese chants. No, I don't. Do you know why? Because the Japanese are the most respectful wrestling fans there are.
They are. Respect. So,
yeah,
that was your vibe for it. And I was like, the first thing, I need to know if Manny's okay because he just got an anti-UK/Russian or whatever. I have no idea what Cody's motivations were tonight. I just felt like they were wrong. Like, just the delivery about everything, the tone of where he was at. I felt like he was about to say, you know what? You think Black Lives Matter? No! All lives matter! Anthony Go-Go. And he was going to get that Jacksonville crowd. Like, he was talking about patriotism. I don't know. He didn't say anything particularly wrong. It was just the tone of it. And
it was the tone. Hold on. I can't stand European fans. Those dudes suck. I'm European. What?
They're nice. They're fun. Wow.
The European fans are more fun than the American ones. I don't get that. I don't get that comment whatsoever. Yeah, I didn't get the vibe of this promo. It was like a match. It didn't even get to that point. I get it if it got to the point, like he took a shit on your own country's flag or something, where it gets to that point. We're not even at the point where this could even be considered a flag match. I don't know where this happened.
All I know is Anthony Go-Go put the flag on Cody. I don't remember him saying anything. This isn't the Iron Sheik, Cody. This isn't Nikolai Volkov. This isn't even Rusev circa 2015. This is not anything like that. And I was taken aback. This was one of those is America. You either love it or leave it promos. And I was like, this isn't warranted at all.
In a time where we should be all coming together, Cody, you are creating a divide, not only against colors of people, where people are from now.
Yes.
You're making this USA versus everyone. If it was USA versus everyone, you would lose, Cody.
Well, maybe a certain part of USA. Like, I was like, man, Cody, you need to back up a little bit on this. This is unwarranted. I don't know what Anthony Go-Go done, okay? When I'm watching Dynamite, I feel like I missed a week. And that's what happens on Dynamite. You feel like you missed a week. And this is what I felt like when Cody was cutting his promo. Like, Anthony Go-Go went out there and did snot rockets on the flag or something. Or was talking about you and your stupid presidents and your storming the Capitol. And whatever side of America, he could criticize. I haven't heard him say anything. All I know is that Go-Go's a part of QT Market's factory and he's punching you in the stomach, giving you relentless diarrhea. Relentless. I forget what they said the King had or JR had or something when they had explosive diarrhea. That's what he gives you. I don't understand. Cody out there talking about I got a black baby coming. That's cool, man. No. There's shit going on in America that's got right and it can be better. But Cody's like everything in America is great. And then I'm like, what are you talking about right now though?
No, there's a lot in America that's not right.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it felt like he was about to say that and be like, support the police and Black lives don't matter. I feel like he was about to just be like, everything is okay. I'm having a black baby, equal rights for everybody. Everybody's equal. There's no such thing as racism and this, and there's no problems with America. But he starts it off by saying we're out of division. I was like, why are you even going this route? And then he says the thing that he was going at the end of. He's like, you're not fighting the nightmare, you're fighting the American dream. And then Go-Go's like, I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to leave your school and work with QT Marshall.
Yeah, 100% on the DL. I feel like he thought of that line and ended backwards. Yep. He had the end of the promo and then he worked his way backwards.
Yes. That's 100% because I feel like he got lost in this. I think, to me, it felt like, on top of it being overly political on whichever side he's on, because I'm not even sure what side he's on at the end of that, because he was so all over the place in the promo. I felt like it was if John Cena did one of his promos and completely failed. When he was the United States champion, or even before then, when John Cena would say something openly political, or not political about America, he's like, America, fuck yeah, and this, and I'm American, a soldier, and all that, word life, and somewhere in there. And I feel like when John Cena says it, I go, right on, John, you're right. Fuck you, Rusev, or whoever he's fighting at the time, or Umaga at the time. USA. I feel like Cody failed in doing whatever John Cena does. That's what I felt like it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a massive problem with this whole thing.
And I was so confused at the end of it.
One, it just didn't make sense, and then he's almost trying to make it a world war.
Yeah, he got extremely emotional in this too, and I was going like, what?
Yeah, he got emotional talking about the unborn child, and I was just like, yeah. After what you just said and the tone you're just using, I don't care. I feel like you having a black baby is a political statement.
It felt like him announcing I have a black baby is that I have one black friend, and just so happened it's my baby girl. It's coming with my daughter. Oh, my wife's black too.
That it feels like that's his whole thing. That's his get out clause. I'm gonna say some racist shit, but I've got a black wife, I've got a half black daughter.
Come on.
He's playing the I've got black friends.
My godmother is Sapphire. Come on, guys.
he's playing the I've got black friends card.
I don't know. I just feel like this feud didn't warrant any of this. Whether him getting choked up and emotional about it, whether he's talking about being patriotic isn't cool anymore, or the national anthem. He was just all over the place. And I was like, why? Why for this?
Sometimes you just have to keep that shit out of it.
And then there was the one random part there, he was like, I'm on a game show with Snoop. And I'm like, what does that got to do with anything?
He's got his black friend, Marcus. Snoop's a black friend. Let's just get into SCU versus the Young Bucks. They made a big deal of the Young Bucks having the bread Jordan 1s, but they're not a big deal because I have a pair of bread Jordan 1s. So if you're trying to say you're top dollar with these, that means I am top dollar with these.
Manny, you might be a Young Buck. But I'm going to say why their shoes are more valuable than yours, Manny.
Why?
One, they wrestled in them, as Don Callis said. And now you can put them on eBay, and then from whatever $1,000 they paid for them, probably off of eBay shoes.
They got Christopher Daniels' blood on them.
They now have Christopher Daniels' blood on, so those are some probably $5,000, $10,000 shoes. Which I thought was a pretty iconic shot of getting blood on your Jordans. Which I enjoyed. I enjoy him bleeding on them Jordans. I don't know why. Like, oh, no. He ruined those shoes. With his stinking old blood. His old people blood. This is old people blood on my shoes, damn it.
He did bleed off way too much. And this was a match of rip-offs. Kaz does the Styles Clash. And then Matt does the I'm sorry, I love you super kick.
I'm going to tell you about that spot. I actually like that spot. Because it was a dick move talking about, I'm retiring your ass right now. I'm sorry, I love you, my friend, and whatever. I enjoyed that spot. Oh, I don't remember a single thing. I mean, I remember a lot of the match, but I don't remember, like, how many rules they broke or who was the legal person at any given time. Oh, I remember that they missed one of the pinfall. The ref had to stop right before he hit 3 because I think Kazarian was late, and I was like, oh. But
This is the thing I don't like about AEW. The ref
What?
knows the spot. So like WWE, if you are late or that or something, that's the finish. The referee still has to count the 3 to keep up the realism of that. Whereas AEW, well, you can have all the realism with the rankings and wins and losses matter, but like if the referee's actually holding back a loss,
yeah.
and it's obvious. I hate when it's obvious as well.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. Either in WWE or AEW, whenever. I think that's one of the worst botches in a wrestling match. Is when the ref is not going to count that 3 and they stop themselves because like, that's not the way it's finished, or something like that. I think it just looks horrible. I think there's a way around it, and that's the wrestlers do your damn job.
Yeah,
Get in the ring.
Yeah. So as we already alluded to,
We spent
SCU
no time
no
in this
more.
moment, though. Yeah, we spent no time in that moment. I started reading. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I've been a huge fan of Christopher Daniels since WCW. SCU has always seemed like he was his final shot. He deserves since his best friends made it. I feel like they shouldn't have done the spot with Mox and Kingston. I feel like that could have been done later.
I feel like it wasn't necessary. Yeah, it could have happened at any point in the show when you did that Mox and them destroying their locker room. Or you could have said during the commercial break, Mox and Kingston destroyed room. But after, Kazarian hugged out Daniels, because I was waiting for him to hug it out, or maybe even Daniels to turn on him, or something stupid along those lines, or whatnot. But you got really nothing. I think we got the Good Brothers attacking, right?
Yeah.
Or was that?
No, that was Offered.
Right? Was that this match or was that later on tonight?
I think that was later on. I think.
Now.
I can't even remember. I've got notes in front of me as well. And I can't remember.
It was muddled.
So Christian Cage was not happy about technique by Taz last week.
As he shouldn't. It was slender. Talking how bad my knees are. My knees are bad, but they're not that bad. Right?
He sets up an open challenge against anyone from Team Taz, but Seidel said he signed it, and they both have their eyes set on the Casino Battle Royal.
Is that why you came back out of retirement? Being Battle Royals, Christian. Casino Battle Royals. Which happens every single AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, contracts don't work like that. I want to fight somebody in Team Taz, not you, Matt Seidel. I don't want to fight you. No, I gained nothing by beating you.
And then we get into the number 1 contenders match. Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Cassidy was being attended to by a trainer during this match when he got knocked out after a powerbomb.
With the powerbomb or the super kick?
Powerbomb.
Okay.
The powerbomb knocked him out. And then out comes with the distraction by Don Callis and for Kenny to nail him with the AEW title, wearing a suit that looked like it came from a charity shop.
All right, so how do you feel about this, knowing that they had to change the finish? And did you hear about what the original finish was?
I didn't know what the original finish was. It
was going to be a triple threat.
I didn't know what the finish was, but if the finish was it was always going to be a triple threat, this basically means Cassidy's taking the fall.
Probably, yeah. My whole thing is I was angry when I found out that before I knew that Cassidy was knocked out. I was like, this is a shitty finish, and Kenny is terrible. And Kenny is terrible. I like that, that wasn't audible that they did work it out. They did, sort it out. And they still got where they wanted to go. But I didn't like the original plan of it being a draw either way, either. Just make it a one-on-one match. AEW has a... I'm tired of triple threat matches. They don't do triple threat matches unless they're in the tag team form. So I was like, that's just... It doesn't make a difference to me either way. Kenny's not losing to either one of these guys. They're both kind of useless. Pac worked once a week and he killed a man, or once a month and he killed a man in his one time this month. So
yeah, Yeah, and then we cut to the back where Adam Page challenges Brian Cage to earn his spot at Double or Nothing and told him leave Team Taz at the back. I just don't understand what the point of this is.
Why are we beating around this bush for Hangman Page? And he should have been the one fighting Kenny. It would have been simple. It's a story's already laid there, as opposed to who we have in the main event at Double or Nothing. Because this will be the main event. I believe they said it will be. And I'm like, I don't really have any interest in this.
Do you know what the problem with this is? The longer you leave Adam Page, like, they're lucky the AEW fans will still be around for this. But if this happened in WWE and you left it for too long, people won't care.
You mean like the Backlash triple threat match with Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just don't like. I don't know. I don't see where we're going with this at all. And Hangman Page with the Dark Order is just there. It's just there, and I don't need it. Don't need any of it.
Levi says, if Cassidy takes a fall, that would be a catastrophic mistake. That's a very hard word to say. Kenny's starting to get Kenny's starting to get X-Pac heat. I haven't read anything about that. If they had good booking, Orange Cassidy pulls up the upset.
I don't think there's a reading about it. I think it's a feeling that he's getting X-Pac. I think he's getting the feeling that I think I have that people are souring on Kenny as champion.
It's not going anywhere.
He's really goofy. This belt collector thing, he's not really claiming to have any belts. He just kind of walks around with the AEW title. And he's just not it.
Because there's better champions in this wrestling universe that carry themselves way better, and they don't have multiple belts like Kenny. Look at Roman. Like the way he carries himself as a champion and the way he's portrayed as a champion on TV. Way better than Kenny. Look at Walter. I'm not even piping the hot. Walter just is a scary looking man.
Manny, I'm going to even stay in the AEW brand and say,
Rusev.
Look at. I wasn't going to say him. I was going to say, but look at Darby before tonight.
Yeah.
In which he's had only like a few defenses and whatnot. It hasn't been that long of him being champion. Maybe I guess it was long. It's been about a few months, but whatever. But other than the Sting nonsense that goes on around him, the dude has carried that title, and each match that he's main eventing was pretty good and delivered. Like, they're really solid, and it seemed competitive. I feel like he should have, that's how I want my champion to be represented.
So Aludra enjoying the slow build.
It's too slow.
Levi doesn't care about Page right now. He's dealing with failure and being able to pull himself back up, and I look forward to the end game. I guess
that for 2 years.
I guess though that is the main mantra of the Dark Order, wasn't it? That was the original mantra of them making you better.
Yeah, but he's been pulling himself together for 2 years since the beginning of this promotion. Like, he lost to Jericho, then he became a drunk and didn't want to be a part of the Elite. We're in the middle of a pandemic. He does nothing, basically. He joins the Stadium Stampede. He's just kind of been in the route. He's been opening shows. He's had random match after random match. And he's just been losing every big match. But it's not really going anywhere in any capacity. And we're right here where he has a chance to redeem himself. But they're choosing not to do it right now. And he has a perfect opponent in Kenny, who was his former tag partner. That all makes sense to do it now instead of waiting later, because you don't know where you will actually be at later. It's been 1.5 years of a slow burn. I feel like there is a time limit and expiration date to everything, and I feel like it's expiring. It's been too long.
Page will be the first person to kick out a One-Wing Angel.
Man, Mox kicked out. I don't care if it was an explosion.
We moved to Britt Baker being interviewed by JR. She said, Pain, you can let it hurt you or change you, and she's now the baddest bitch on the block. She is the monster she'd created, unless she kills her, but she's pretty I'm guessing it was bleeped out, but I'm saying she's pretty fucking hard to kill. And she guaranteed the win.
That's nice.
Thunder
Sheena
Rosa.
hasn't been on. Sheena is the worst champion on the brand, as she is never on TV.
And
She
then
shows up
Thunder
for her
Rosa.
pay-per-view matches and then leave. She has a
Yep.
Brock Lesnar-like schedule.
Thunder Rosa wins in a squash match against someone called Jasmine Allure. Then we get into the main event, which was Darby Allin versus Miro for the TNT Championship. Marcus, I'm feeling a little bit tired right now. I may need to fist bump. And I might get my power back.
That only works if Ryan Nemeth is watching. Oh, I don't even know why Miro let that happen. They had a pause in that match. All right, so the match begins with Miro coming out like, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. And it's already on the TNT champion titles. And he just continues to destroy him without the bell ring. And then more evidence that Sting insurance does not work. If you ever get, like, imagine Jake from State Farm just letting Chris Paul house burn ablaze. That's kind of like what you have with Sting, in which Miro is beating the hell. The one time Darby needed his help. The one time. He didn't need those other times with Luchasaurus or when the Dark Order was just hanging out there. No, he needed him right there to protect him. Just one time. Just get this motherfucker off me for 5 seconds so I can regain my senses. Because he jumped me before the bell. And Sting did nothing. All he had to do was point at somebody with a bat. Again, more evidence. Sting is a fraud.
He is a fraud. A giant fraud. And the more shocking thing about this was, I really enjoyed this match. Like, I loved it. Like, Miro catching him out of the air when he did the coffin drop into a waist lock. Yeah. I thought it would have been better if he caught him and then threw him into a German suplex. But that is me wishing and hoping. But everything else that he did to him was incredible.
Yeah, he just beat the hell. He looked like a monster who was just picking the bones off of him. Manny, are you watching the show Invincible?
No.
Okay. Damn it. Well, it's the meme going around where he's like, think Mark. Anyways, a guy beating up his son, basically. He's beating up his son for like 10 episodes. Don't matter. So he's beaten to a blade. Well, that's what the vibes I got for this, in which Darby Allin should have stayed down multiple times. And Sting did nothing to stop this. Nothing. Nothing. By the way, as on last week's show, we said AEW has never had a DQ ever. They got their first DQ this week.
Who got DQ'd?
Remember the Kenny Omega when he came in and hit some the double count out DQ, I guess. It wasn't DQ,
just
huh? No,
No,
he just
this is
did
double count out.
Yeah, just double count. You're right. Yep. Well, anyway, fuck that then. Sting did nothing. Darby died for our sins out there, and hopefully we let Miro's title run be good. Hopefully it's a good reign.
Sting has been stupidly obeying rules for over 40 plus years. He ain't gonna help Darby.
But Levi, there are no rules when the match hasn't started. Sting's been chasing people off for years. He could have easily like, back up, Miro, back up.
Miro should have done the Omni-Man meme.
He should have. Think.
Best Miro has looked in years since Rusev Day, probably. Yep.
Finally. I don't know what they were doing in the beginning with Miro, but it seems like he's back on track.
I don't know why it took them that long. Like, when did he return? June?
I don't know. Let me tell you the worst thing about this. The match was good. It was solid. Darby died and whatnot. And they called the match off. The referee was like, this man has had enough. This accolades too much. Or the game over and whatnot. Post-match antics. Unnecessary. I didn't need Ethan Page.
That wasn't even post-match. That was during match as well. They attacked Sting during the match.
Yeah, whatever it happened. And then the Murder Hawk runs out later. And I'm like, I didn't need all this. You can just have Miro win the title, hold it up, in credits. I didn't need to post stuff antics. Or mid-match. And I didn't need all that. This should have been a spotlight completely on Miro. The only thing I want to remember, Miro holding up the title and saying he's the TNT champion, looking like a monster, standing over Darby Allin. I didn't need all that random shit of a Murder Hawk coming out and Jake. And I'm going like, it's not like I'm gonna remember any of this. I don't even know why they did that.
I am getting tired of people appearing on the show when they don't necessarily need to. Like the Dark Order running out to help save Sting, the Murder Hawk.
He did come out. It was the Dark Order too.
Yeah, it was just like, this doesn't need to happen. It really doesn't need to happen.
No, just let's still breathe. Just let it happen. Let a moment. Let good stay good. All right. Don't be like, you want to know how I can make this better? Throw the Dark Order out there. And
I feel the last time they let a moment simmer was that time Brody actually killed Cody, and then Anna Jay got Brandy.
Yeah, hold on. Correction, Manny. The last time something simmered was the time Shaq was carried off to the ambulance and disappeared.
No, because that is a mystery that's still unsolved. Even though he's doing the NBA stuff, I still want to understand that mystery.
I think that's a fake Shaq and they cloned him.
So Racky O'Neal.
Hasn't been the same ever since. Extra sensitive lately.
So overall, I think both shows were fine to me. Like, I didn't have any overly problem. If I took out Cody, I think I would have enjoyed AEW more.
I think I had a lot more problems with AEW, whether it's the Cody promo, the return to the Inner Circle, the moment they decided not to shoot of MJF, not MJF, the SCU and the Bucks. But the matches were solid. Like, I enjoyed Mox and Nagata. I enjoyed I'm calling Rusev anyway. I'm wearing the shirt. Rusev and Darby, and the tag match was good too. It's just there was stuff that was good, but then there was a lot like you just go like, why?
Yeah.
Why not just make stuff feel important? Like, if this was a WWE show, I think we'd get 3 segments less, and it'd be very dramatic of SCU leaving. Then you get like highlights of them losing all night. This earlier tonight. Then you get a Daniels promo, and then you would get that next week exclusively on .com. Also, you would get the Inner Circle would not be on TV. Maybe Sammy can go on there and be like this and that, but they wouldn't be challenging them the next night. Like, we have 2 weeks for a pay-per-view. Although this is WWE I'm talking about, they would probably have a pay-per-view 2 weeks after a pay-per-view.
Yeah. So that was the end of the show. Side note: who wins the West in this year's playoffs? Nets got the East.
I got the Clippers winning the West because my team, we look great. The Lakers aren't healthy, so that's my only threat. But that Utah, those motherfuckers in Utah, man, I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully they, don't show up.
I'm just saying, the Knicks need to stop winning because they are giving me unnecessary hope, even though I've given up on this team several times over the last 10 years.
And the Nets may have the East, but you know what? Let's see it play out. I don't trust that I believe they're going through, but I've seen the damnedest things happen in my life, and the Nets seem like one of those teams where, shit, they lost. What the fuck? They feel, I don't know. I get that vibe from them where it's just like, I don't know what went wrong here, but something went wrong. All of a sudden, James Harden couldn't hit a shot. It's playoff James.
Yeah, so that is the end of the show. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Check out the newly revamped www.thesharpshooters. That's da.sharpshooters.com. I don't care about the rest of the website. You hit that donate button. You donate some money to this show.
Yeah.
You donate $5. I'll be happy with you.
Yeah, and watch other content on this channel, like the Run-In Review. It shouldn't get less views than the Saturday show. Damn it, that hurts. A lot of time in that one, effort from people from all over the world. Got together to do this review. It's a positive review. It's a positive review of an AEW match. Our first ever.
Let's not forget El Luchador ducked us And so did so did Raphael. You ducked us, people. We know what you did.
Car subject to change. Egg wasn't supposed to be on that show. Had to book him anyway.
People canceling on us. Can't rely on you on a fight.
If I got my gang and somebody was gonna bring their gang, you be like, yeah, I go fight with you, and then all of a sudden 5 minutes you're like, nah, I can't fight with you. It's just gonna be me, and I'm gonna get jumped. And they be like, where's your crew? And I'll be like, they coming. And then they'll be like, we give you 3 minutes, and I'm like, come on. No,
Marcus ain't a one-man gang.
no.
We can't rely on Nia Jax all the time.
You need help, but she's currently wrapped up with that goddamn Reginald. It's ruining my life. Getting jumped every week now inside my corner. You can't rely on Shayna. She loses every single day. Every time you see, just take losses.
I look to help more this fall when kids are in school today. The show might be over in the fall. I maybe have to go back to work properly in the fall. You got me saying American words. It's called autumn.
No, the fall. Because
the leaves fall.
The leaves fall and everything falls apart for some people.
You got me angry on Luchador. You cancelled on us. How dare you?
Thanks everybody that did show up too, and you know
none of those people are here. The only people that showed up for that video, me and you, that are here right now.
We're gonna put the next one. When's our next run-in review? Are we gonna do one for WrestleMania Backlash? Even though I don't think there's a match that deserves to be watched on there, because 2 triple threat matches are the big match, and I'm like,
Hold on, 2 triple threat matches. The women's match isn't even a big women's triple threat match.
It has the 3 biggest women on Raw on there. Asuka,
Marcus,
Charlotte,
they're the only 3 women on Raw
champion.
that matter on there.
That's why I said the only 3 women. You know, I don't even know what else is on this card other than those 2 triple threat matches. I guess Roman and Cesaro. That's gonna be great. I don't even want to review it. It's gonna be a really good match. It's Cesaro.
It's going to be a really good match. It may turn out to be something we review.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna hate it because Cesaro's not gonna win.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to take the fact that he was in a main event.
Yeah, he's getting a title shot. He's gonna lose. Roman's running the gauntlet, and in 2 weeks, John Cena returns, guys.
Do, 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 do.
Damn it.
I'm just saying, Marcus, I nearly ordered an Alexa Bliss stand-up. If she's not on the thumbnail, she'll be lurking in the background.
It's always a part of us. Give her the belts. Alexa Bliss with the Ultimate Dragon posted all the titles.
Well, originally I had that pin for Billie Kay, but that's never going to happen again.
Yeah. Well,
She's never going to dance again.
guilty feet. I blame in Peyton. Last question about this week, Manny. Real quick. Over or under $1 million for AEW?
AEW is always going to be $1 million. AEW is going to consistently have $1 million. No.
Are they going to retain that number 1 spot?
Probably not.
Because their number 1 competition, A&E biography.
What else?
Random old wrestling, which gets like 900,000 views each week.
But what exactly is it up against at the moment? Nothing. So maybe.
I'm comparing now that NXT is no longer getting 700,000 views, and they're in the 500 or 600 range or whatever. WWE's biography is what I'm now comparing AEW against. Which is doing ridiculous ratings.
I'm telling you now, my favorite WWE show right now isn't even SmackDown. It's WWE Treasures.
It is. It's so good.
I haven't even watched this week's one, but the one with the King was just as good. I thought it wasn't even going to be good because it was the King, but it was good.
But Andy Kaufman, they got the neck brace.
Yeah,
They got the neck brace, which is like, what the hell? Who has that?
it's a great show, and I can't believe they did it because this is stuff I normally watch. I watch American Pickers because I find that interesting. Storage Wars because it's ridiculous.
I haven't watched any of those shows, but this is replaced by Live PD for the A&E channels I watch, man. I only watch A&E for one show. I only have time for one show in my life, and A&E at a time. and it's now currently, it's biography. I can't wait for the Shawn Michaels biography. That one's gonna be funny.
That's gonna be funny.
Shawn is on drugs the entire
enjoy.
time.
What was I even gonna say? I take a break. There we go. I take a break from TLC shows to watch this. like I just watched something about a woman that eats bed mattresses. Who eats a mattress? What kind of weird person eats mattress? She ate it like it's fucking cake.
I love it like a fat kid loves cake. You know, I'll do anything to make it smile. You eat mattresses? And
when you see the woman, and she's like, "You're built like a mattress." Why am I surprised?
Whoa! Wait a minute! Back up! And I know the show was going to end a moment ago, but back up! She's a big woman,
Yeah,
and she's eating mattresses.
Big black woman.
That would be a healthy diet.
Big black woman, and Marcus used to see it. Used to see it because she ate her mattress, and now she's sneaking into her mum's room to steal her mattress and eat it.
God, please.
This is why I watch this stuff. This is why I can tolerate most bullshit WWE throws at me. Because I watch shit like this. Because there are real people in this world doing bullshit like this. Yes, on the DL, I watch TLC shows. 98 Fiance, come at me, bro. Entertaining television.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me you're watching all the HGTV shows.
What?
You're like, no, the buying the new home network.
Oh no, I could never do that. Oh. See, I'm not alone, Marcus. He watches that all the time. I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
You're not. Oh,
I'm telling you now, if we did reactions to this, I reckon if we stopped doing wrestling and did reactions to TLC stuff, we'd have thousands of views.
You probably would. In fact, in the fall, coming soon.
Manny and Marcus show becomes reacting to 90 Fiance.
Never seen a minute of that show, but everybody goes, "You should watch that show." And I'm like,
"You should watch that show."
No, I don't care. I just don't
there was
care.
a show. It wasn't a 90 Day Fiance show, but there was a couple, proper religious couple. The guy said, God told him he needed to have a sister wife.
A sister wife?
Yeah.
Marrying his sister, basically, right?
No. So it was another woman that became the wife. And he basically has two wives. So what he did was divorce his original wife to marry this other woman. Yeah. So they could be one big family. And they referred to the two women as sister wives. Because they're...
But why did he have to get a divorce?
Because in order to get her in the country, because she was from Brazil.
That guy's winning.
And
He's
the
winning.
fact that she spoke no English. The only English she understood came from porn, apparently.
What? She's
Yeah. So the whole time they're communicating with an app by talking into it and then it coming through. It's ridiculous enough to watch.
Yeah.
If you can sit through 3 hours of Raw, you can watch this nonsense.
You got a point. You got a point.
I've told you two great stories already. A woman that steals from her own mother's mattress and eats it like it's cake. Goes to the doctor and realizes, yeah, it's bad for you. A book. Anybody could have told her that.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't even know where to begin with the mattress eater. Like, I have so many questions. Does she eat the springs?
No, she's eating the. Just assume it's like the memory foam mattress. That bit.
Yeah. She use condiments or anything, or
no? She just eats it like it's cake.
So confused, Manny. You have no idea.
Just watch it. Watch it in the next 2 days and come back to me on Saturday, and then you'll tell me you've come into a new magical world.
No, I feel like that's the end of me. I'm gonna quit my job and just sit in the corner and cry. It's like, this is the world I live in, guys. This is the world.
A British man has made me aware of the crazy things that happen in our own country, people. Because they're all American. They are all American.
Where's Cody cutting that patriotic promo? Manny, blow us up! Blow us up! God damn it, blow us up!